Alright, so last week I made a video driving around in my used but still hydrogen-powered 2017 Toyota Mirai. I put the link to that video down in the description where I explain that I DoorDash and the hydrogen prices have gone way up this year since last year, and it's resulted in more than half of my income, at least, that I'm earning being spent on fuel. So the question is there anything comparable out there that could be better for this use case that wouldn't eat up my fuel? Obviously, combustion vehicles aren't going to be any better, really, than this. But is there anything close to the market, at least, that is? Well, yes, there is, and this video is going to explain that in detail. So yeah, without much further ado, if either A, I can get enough clicks on the link down in the description, there's a referral link that'll get you $30 off the deposit, so you'll pay $70 instead of $100 to reserve it, or B, if I can get enough out of the Mirai next year to afford a substantial down payment, or preferably both, this will be my next car. Yeah, the Aptera, and there's a few reasons why I think this would be a much better fit for something like what I'm doing, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and the like, than just about anything else out there. So what's this design about? Well, to design an efficient EV, the first thing you gotta focus on is aerodynamics, and they were able to bring the drag coefficient down on this to 0.13, which is less than half the drag coefficient of a Tesla Model 3, for example, and combined with the 3 wheels, which decreases the weight of the vehicle so there's less rolling resistance, means that this thing gets over 10 miles per kilowatt hour, which is incredible. That means you can have a 25 kilowatt hour battery. The battery in the entry-level model is the same size battery as in the original Nissan Leaf, yet it can go 10 times as far. Why is that? It's because of this, because of the aerodynamic shape. In order to understand why this is such a big deal for food and grocery delivery drivers like myself, it's time for a little math lesson. See, even if you're DC fast charging, which I don't believe is necessary for the Aptera because of solar, which we'll get to in a minute, but suppose you have to, for whatever reason, DC fast charge this thing. Even in that case, here in California, it's only maybe 60 cents per kilowatt hour to do that. So to DC fast charge the battery in this thing from 0 to the full 250 miles, you multiply 60 cents by 23, you get maybe $13.80 to go from 0 to 250, or to put it another way, it's about a nickel a mile at the worst case. Now compare that with my current car, the Toyota Mirai, which has some extra decals on it right now because it is that time of year again after all, and I do go to Greg Laurie's church, so there's that. Anyhow, this thing has a 5-kilo tank of hydrogen, and so that means to go 200 miles, you've got to spend 20 times 5, so yeah, little over 100 to fill this thing completely in the worst case scenario around here. But anyhow, if you do that math, you end up with over 50 cents a mile, so 10 times as much. So yeah, for people who deliver food and groceries for a living, the prospect of saving 45 cents a mile for every delivery they make should make people more excited about the Aptera than the look of it ever could. And like I said, you may not even have to DC fast charge an Aptera because this thing gets 40 miles of extra range a day just by sitting in the sun. Now I'm going to turn the car around to the back view to show you guys another important detail that I think would make this a perfect vehicle for especially grocery delivery drivers, and that's, look how much cargo space there is. Half the car is trunk, so you can fit a huge amount of water cases, grocery bags, and whatnot back there. And yeah, sure, delivery driving does put more than 40 miles a day on the thing, but still, you're saving that 40 miles in money because you're not having to charge it for those examples, and it does trickle charge during the day even as you're driving too. You do lose a little bit of range, but it's enough to save you even more money when you have to charge again. You may only have to charge once every, 10 hours instead of, in my case with my Mirai, every 5 hours I've got to stop at a hydrogen station again, so you're saving time and money that way. And yeah, it's primarily for these two reasons that I would love to see DoorDash forge a partnership with Aptera the way they did with Zumo. That would be huge for this sector especially. And like I said, if you click the referral link in both the description and the pinned comment, both of those places, so both down below in the description and down below in the comments. If you click that pinned comment link, you'll get $30 off your reservation, so you only have to pay $70 out of pocket. In fact, that's what I did. I used, I believe, the referral link posted by Ricky of 2-Bit Da Vinci to only pay $70 out of pocket for my reservation instead of $100. It says $100 paid, but 30 of that is credit that I got from clicking that referral link from somewhere else. And now I've got my own referral link, so that's what's down below. So if you guys are, any of you guys are YouTubers, I would strongly recommend clicking that to help me out and help yourselves out, because you'll get your own in that case and be able to convince people to make reservations. It'll be huge indeed. I also recommend subscribing, because even though I am an artist channel mainly, I do have songs coming out next month that you guys are gonna notice, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, and yeah, have a great rest of your day.